Welcome back to Through the Whistle. A lot of things have changed since the last time we talked. College football has went from regional conferences to utter chaos. Texas and Oklahoma are playing the SEC. Oregon and Washington, USC, UCLA are playing in the Midwest. USC and UCLA playing in the snow. That has to be anti-global warming. But there has been some positives. Balance has been restored to the force. And Michigan has finished business and has took back their title and their throne atop college football. Welcome into Through the Whistle. I'm still Ty Belcher, and I will be joined by the one and only.
Are you done? We
His
just
name
went
is
through
not
that.
Are We Done? I'm sorry.
We just went through that entire intro, and
Hey man, let's move the strings out the way, because business is. I know when the kids stay. I know that can't read, can't write, but it says finished. Finito. 15-0. Another F word right there.
I just hope that
Finally
this
champions.
never happens ever again in life.
I mean, I was told way back when I was still recording this in the studio of Kent State, that 3 times in a row will never happen. It's not going to happen. Next year, you guys aren't going to do it, especially after we lost to TCU. J.J. McCarthy's not good. But guess what? We won not 1, not 5, not 10, but 15 games last year. And last time I checked, I think 15 games means you won a ring. In the words of Supreme Dreams in RDC World, we won a ring. We won a ring. What did your boys do?
All power to you,
If only your beloved Ohio State Buckeyes were, on that trail to, or like, we would have played you guys, because, then we wouldn't be undisputed. Oh, wait. We stopped the Maserati. What happened?
A little bit of engine failure.
A little bit of engine failure. But y'all had Honda McCord. Hey, everybody knows a Honda is one of the most reliable cars. You had a Maserati. You had a winter car in the Honda. You had the summer car in the Maserati. And guess what? Still couldn't get it done. All roads lead through Ann Arbor.
Well, we can actually start the show now that he's finished.
Finished. Word of the day, guys. Finished.
I don't think he needs me for the show. So clearly he's all here for himself to gloat about how I guess goated Michigan was last season. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can talk about all time rankings later on, but
Yeah.
we can say that for another show.
So let's get to the actual show and stop, talking about last season. Let's talk about this season.
We are the show.
Man. So listen, Ty, I know you're all
Champion Ty, go blue. I'm unbiased.
It's hard to tell.
Yes, I'm incognito.
Right, with a Michigan hoodie on. Right. So 2023 is over, and 2024 starts, in about a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So let's not think about the past. Let's think about the future.
Another F word. Told you, F is the letter of the day.
I'm done with you. I might as well walk off set. We're in a new studio here.
Yes.
And you're over here still gloating about your finished business over there. What about let's talk about Through the Whistle's new studio home.
Well, we've come a long way from recording this on the couch of your apartment.
Yeah,
You've come a very
definitely
long
have.
way.
Yeah.
Might have
Now-
lost the song, the intro song, possibly, but copyright issues a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Infringement, another kind of F word.
This year, Ty.
This year, yes, this year. Reigning champs, yes.
So this season, I mean, like you said, new Big Ten teams coming into this season. We got Oregon, we got USC, we got UCLA, we got Washington.
Still feels weird.
It's
Feels
kind of gross.
disgusting.
Kind of gross. So what teams do you think are going to be, atop this pecking order in the new Big Ten?
So, as always, new blood, get off to a fast start. Most of these Big Ten teams have never faced Oregon. Ohio State did a couple years ago in 2021 where they ultimately came up short when a lot of people were giving up on C.J. Stroud.
Was not well.
I know, people watching. I know which one of y'all were giving up on C.J. But, a lot of people are big on Oregon. I'm not going to give my two cents on Oregon right now. But, Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, and look out. Rutgers might be up there. They're kind of avoiding some teams.
You're trying it. Definitely trying it. So let's talk about, this Oregon Ducks team that you have always, found problems with. I mean, don't get me wrong. You were kind of a little sort of right last year, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to stay in the 2024 timeline.
Dylan Gabriel.
Added new receivers.
Yeah.
And, basically bringing back a whole new team, but also the same team at the same time. 2024 looks like a big season for Oregon. And I'm on the hype train for the Oregon Ducks to
Of course you are.
make the Big Ten championship and the playoff. Let's talk about it. You're one of those guys that like to, have facts. And Josh Pate, he loves his paper popping.
He loves
his paper popping. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the facts that you love to skip past. From Minutes to Sports here, I saw this and on Pick 6. Oregon is actually the only team to have a top 10 recruiting class in not only the transfer portal and high school rankings for not this year, last year as well. So we're talking about this team to come back with not just one of the best teams in the country. We're talking about them to have, maybe one of the most dominant teams that they've had in their past, probably in a decade. Let's be honest here. You got Dylan Gabriel coming in from Oklahoma, replacing Bo Nix. Bo Nix, excellent player, but I think Dylan Gabriel's probably more athletic, version of Bo Nix. He likes to dip and dodge in the passing game. I don't think Oklahoma was truly using him the right way. I mean, he's not a fade guy type of guy to throw the ball, but I mean, when you put him in a Bo Nix type of offense where you're just dipping and dunking all over the field, both these receivers work. You got Evan Stewart coming in from Texas A&M, speed demon, and then obviously we can see that they're going to be losing one of their top guys, Troy Franklin, and you got Bucky Irving leaving the game. But Bucky Irving, let's be honest, he was one of the best backs.
For sure.
But they also do have their second string running back coming back, and he had over 700 yards.
Yeah, he had a lot of touches.
Yeah, exactly. So then, and you also have Noah Whittington. He played running back for them last season. Got hurt early, but he was supposed to be that second string back to back up and spell Bucky Irving. He had over 700 yards, not last year, but the year before that. Yeah. So, I mean, we're honestly talking about them not really losing that much. You got Tez Johnson coming back. He had over 1,000 yards. He led the team in receiving catches, actually. So, I mean,
surprising, especially when you have
guys exactly. And then you got that front seven. They have over 70% of their starting defense production coming back. Their front seven, their defense is going to be okay. Don't get me wrong. I think there's still a lot to improve on. But this is a second season coming back. You got most of your players coming back, and then it's up from there. What are we talking about?
So, all right, well, I'll chip away at this a little bit. Like you said, brought in Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma. Like you said, kind of can jump into that Bo Nix type of,
that mold, yeah.
That mold of don't do too much.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're getting the ball out on time.
Yeah.
Stay on top of it. He graduated when I graduated high school.
That's very valid.
I graduated college 2 years ago, and I didn't graduate. So he's been playing college football for about 25 years.
As Bo Nix was.
As Bo did.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel had 30 touchdowns to 6 interceptions last year, which is Very,
Great.
very
Great.
admirable.
Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Play when against the Big 12 defenses, but okay. But we have to be honest. We have to. Every year, we talk about Oregon. Oregon's going to make the playoffs. This is the year of Oregon. But guess what Oregon always does? End of the season, some random game, they find a way to lose the game. Kevon, 2021, year after COVID, they beat Ohio State early.
Yes.
Oh, Oregon's got it.
Yes.
Pac-12's on lock. It's
Yes.
over. Vince Carter, it's over. Guess what they do? They go out and they lose to freaking Utah. I lied. They didn't lose. They got their teeth kicked in. Mario Cristobal gets on the plane, goes to Miami. They get their teeth kicked in again in the Pac-12 championship, miss the playoffs. The next year, Bo Nix, he stumbled late after getting their teeth kicked in against Georgia week 1. We all saw that game. That was bad. And then last year, Bo Nix, year 27, it's their year. Troy Franklin. They go and lose against Washington on the road in a very close game. You know, Washington needed a game-winning drive. Yes, I understand. That's beautiful. Okay. Pac-12 championship game, Bo Nix just, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
He played horrible.
Yeah.
Defense, they played pretty good. They forced a lot of turnovers against Michael Penix. You know, I was like Michigan did. Finished business. But at the end of the day, come November, I know for a fact, F word, death, taxes, and an Oregon late loss. It happens every year, even back when they had Justin Herbert when they lost to Jaden Daniels in Arizona State. It's going to happen. And guess who they play first weekend of November?
Very valid.
A certain team that has wings on their helmet in Ann Arbor. And Kevon, you live in Ohio. You live in Ohio your whole life. What happens in November? It gets pretty chilly out there.
Well,
And you know, ducks don't fly north for winter. They fly south. You don't come over to Ann Arbor.
That's cool. That's
It's
cool.
okay.
That's cool.
It's okay.
That's cool. But Ty, when we look at this schedule,
Mm-hmm.
Idaho,
Yeah.
chalk that as a win.
Yeah.
Boise State, duh.
Boise-
Duh.
No,
Duh.
yes, it is a
Duh.
win. It is a
Duh.
win.
Duh.
But
Duh.
up to the alert, they will not cover.
Stop it.
I'm calling
Stop
now,
it.
they won't cover that game.
Oregon State, duh.
Yes.
UCLA, win.
Win, yes.
Michigan State, rebuild,
It will be
win.
a close game, though. It'll be
Win
closer than
at
people expect.
Oregon. It might be a closer win just because they might be looking ahead to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State, that's a toss-up in the game in the air. I don't believe that Ohio State that will be just a chalked-up win, but I do think that would be something that can be talked about. Purdue, win.
Right.
Illinois, dub.
Illinois does find a way to stay competitive in big games.
but we're talking about Illinois playing on the road after already doing that, and then not to mention, so then I'll give that also.
I see Illinois come into Ann
yeah.
Arbor and almost beat Michigan.
Yeah, but I also will say that Illinois could also be a look-past game just because they played Michigan that following week and they have to go to Michigan. So we're at, if we're being honest, we're at maybe 1 L going into the Michigan game.
Yes.
At most, we're talking about 1 L.
Going into Ann Arbor, one of the most
we
hostile
talk about
places in college
so
football.
even if I give you the loss, which I don't believe Oregon is going to take an L to you guys, we're talking about 2 L's to finish the season, beating Maryland, beating Wisconsin, and beating Washington. You're telling me that you think a two loss Oregon is missing the playoff?
May I interject? Even like you said, you say you don't see it against us, losing against us. Wisconsin on the road,
Yeah.
Camp Randall,
Yeah. We still don't know what time
second weekend of November. It might be 4 degrees below zero.
it might be.
And boy, oh boy, guess what?
That's
Flashy
fine.
teams don't like to have happen.
That's
playing
very
in the
valid.
cold.
That's valid.
So that Wisconsin game could be a trap game, but Oregon is lucky enough to have a bye week following it before they go into Washington. Because if it was Wisconsin straight into Washington, when I tell you that's a nice spray painted trap game, ran all over it, I'm just saying, just 2 losses might seem like a lot right now, but we run the tape in about 3 months. I'm like, dang, Ty, how did you know?
I want you to clip this. Clip this only because
Clip it.
when I tell you that they're going to the playoff for sure and that they will be playing in the Big Ten Championship, I want you to mark this and I want you to remember exactly what I said about this entire team. You're sleeping on them, and you sleep on them too many times. This year is different. It's completely different.
I heard this every
Completely
year.
different. Dylan Gabriel, I can see him possibly winning the Heisman. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Before this man goes too far
I'm just saying.
down the loony train, we're going to pivot over
I'm just
to
saying.
a team that basically fits the same exact mold as Oregon. Heavy in the portal. Got a new quarterback from the portal. Very vet
I feel
dominant,
disrespected.
very vet led.
I feel disrespected.
And that's the Ohio State Buckeyes.
I feel disrespected.
Kevon,
Disrespected.
you're saying disrespected, but what has to happen this year for Ohio State to get back to what Ohio State fans expect from their Buckeyes? And I'll be respectful and bow out for a couple minutes.
5%. That's what we need. 5%. People may be wondering what I'm talking about with 5%.
What is 5%?
5%. Say we take that exact team last season.
Yes.
Kyle McCord will grade him at what, a 65% quarterback?
65%.
For his grade for the season. His grade for the season. We'll give him about 65%, right?
Yeah.
About how good he was compared to what we usually get from quarterbacks from Ohio State. 65%. I think that's a pretty fair number. Even if you want to give him 70. If I get 5% from Kyle McCord to 70 or to 75%, would you not say that we are probably Big Ten champions and going to go play for a national championship? I mean, let's be honest. We were 65% with Kyle McCord. We go play Michigan. We lose on the last drive. He throws a pick. If I get 5% better from Kyle McCord, am I not saying something that we could be doing? Like, let's be honest. Kyle McCord, don't get me wrong, he had an okay season. He had for a regular quarterback, he had a very good season. We don't do average. We don't do good. When we play quarterback at Ohio State under Ryan Day, it is excellence. That's what we expect. You were just talking about C.J. Stroud. Against Oregon, people were ready to bench him.
Ready to throw him to the
and
wolves.
Guess what? He ended the season with over 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. What are we talking about? So 5% is all I'm asking for because we're returning the buttload of everything that you could ever ask for. A top 5 defense. You got
Boku, as the French will say.
Yeah, exactly. So then we're returning what? We're only losing 3 starters really from the defense, and they're getting replaced by Sonny Styles, a freak at linebacker who can play safety, linebacker.
Isaiah Simmons. Basically Isaiah Simmons.
Exactly. And then we have Cody Simon, who was a returning senior. He's replacing Tommy Eichenberg. But like I said, we're 2 replaceable pieces. Tyleek Williams in the defensive tackle, and then you have Ty Hamilton playing right next to him. He's also a senior. So we're not really losing anything on that defensive side. Got everything returning back. So the defense, I'm not even close to worried about it. Jim Knowles swears up and down he's going to switch things up. He's going to blitz a lot more. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. But regardless, the only thing with the defense that I care about is that we get more pressure, which I don't think that we got enough.
JTT
has to step up. Jack Sawyer looked good at the end of the season. I want to see more of what he did towards the late games where he led the team in sacks. And then I'm assuming we're going to blitz a lot more. We're going to blitz a lot more. Try to get more turnovers. We were not that good getting turnovers over the ball. No. So as long as that's good, we're good. But regardless, even if we don't get that, defense was still top 5. Offensively, left side of the offensive line, solid. Seth McLaughlin from Alabama returns. He transfers from Alabama, comes in, steps in that center. We're going to see what we're going to be doing at right guard. That's a little bit. We're going to still wait and see who's going to
exactly. A little bit.
Yeah, I see something change a little right there, but we also got Fryer, also our right tackle. I would say that he was looked down upon a little bit more than what the numbers would say.
Yeah,
I would
for
think
sure.
that with the right guard spot getting always twisted here and there.
and pick up the slack.
Exactly. So then we get to the stuff that we like to talk about, the skill position. Running back, we don't even want to talk about that. We don't even, best in the country. Bring it in with Chip Kelly, who has
Talking about as a whole, not the best running back, right? Hey, you're talking about running back room,
running
not
back
a
room for sure.
I'll
give
give. We're
I'll
not gonna talk down on Ollie.
I'll give Ollie his respect. I'll give Ollie his respect. I respect him. But Quinshon Junkins, he ain't no slush now. NCAA put that spin move.
I know you're playing college 25.
They put that spin move on there for a reason. He's like that. And then you got him. He's not even the starter. Trey will be in it. They're gonna be a 1-2 punch. That probably will be the best 1-2 punch that college football has seen in quite a while.
What?
In quite a while.
What? 2 years? Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards.
I don't want to hear comparisons of Donovan Edwards
Blake Corum was about to win a Heisman or something.
Trey. No. I'll give Blake his respect, but Donovan, no, stop it. But back to what I was saying. Best running back room in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You complement that with Emeka Ibuka, who's coming back as one of the preseason All-American at receiver.
Right.
Got that. Got off. We talk about Sonny Styles being a freak. Let's talk about the freak that just came in, Jeremiah Smith. I was telling people.
You have been saying this since
I was
he was
telling people
since
since
he was
he was
a
a
junior
junior in high school.
Yeah.
He will be, and you can book this also. Book this right now, not this year, not the following year, his junior season. When I tell y'all, I said he will be the best receiver to come through Ohio State. And it won't be close.
Marvin Harrison. Ohio State.
And it honestly might be ever. But we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what he looks like in an Ohio State uniform this season. But we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what he looks like in an Ohio State uniform this season. He doesn't have to be the number one.
No.
He doesn't have to be the number two.
Shout out to Cornell.
I mean, you're telling me that this freak can be the number 3 receiver for a Ohio State Buckeyes team that already is not even looked upon as an air raid offense for this season because they had to deal with the 2 running backs in the backfield. So you're telling me but like secondary, one-on-one, stop it. We're not being serious right now. Cardinal Tate on the opposite side, he says that he's going to be a 1K receiver this season. I would like to see it with the other 2 receivers that he has to do it with and the running backs he has to do it with. But, like I said, 5%. Will Howard, can you be 5% better than Kyle McCord? That's all I'm asking. I see you win a Big 12 championship with Kansas State.
When
they beat TCU.
How long ago was that?
Hey, 2 years ago.
I think you said don't live in the past.
2 years ago.
Past is history.
Hey, I'm just saying. He didn't have a Jeremiah Smith to throw to. He didn't have a Emeka Ibuka to throw to.
Did not.
He did not have a Cardinal Tate. He did not be able to handle. Deuce Vaughn was a menace at Kansas State. He is not Travion Hester or Quinshon Junkins. Ohio State. And I booked this on my parlay, FanDuel. National champions.
No free ads.
No. National champions. And I don't know how they're not. Chip Kelly comes in. Had the 4th best yards per play and yards per game at UCLA.
Shout out to UCLA.
So what the hell do you think he's going to do at Ohio State? I'm just asking.
As a wise man who recently retired from TV, is it my turn? It's my turn. Now, I've been waiting for this. for a little second. So, like you said, you're talking about 5%.
5%.
All we need is 5%
5%.
better.
5%.
All right. Now let's call a spade a spade. How much of the offense did Marvin Harrison open up just by being on the
without a
field?
doubt. Without a doubt, he probably opened up.
So let's take him out.
For sure.
For
sure.
over there.
For sure.
The Maserati.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it in the
Without a doubt.
the parking garage. It's winter
Without a
time.
doubt.
He's not there anymore.
Without a doubt.
All right. That's one thing. You talked about Cardinal Tate. Me and you both talked about Tate before.
Yeah.
We both think that in any other offense in America, he's probably a 1-2
Number one.
receiver.
Yeah.
But, based off the offense and
Without a doubt.
the demands of the offense
Yeah.
and with the new play clock rules and things like that, it's going to be kind of hard to do. we have to talk about the 5% that you need to care about. The 5% that you Ohio State fans need to be begging on your hands and knees like it's Santa Claus coming down the chimney. That 5% going from pass heavy to run heavy. Kevon. It's all about we're the best running back room in America, best running back room in some years. Who cares?
That's valid.
I don't know what it is, but from an outsider's perspective, it feels that Ryan Day likes to show off his 5-star receivers. They like to throw the ball for unnecessary reasons. You said Kyle McCord is about 65% on what the Ohio State, echelon is.
Yeah.
If you know that, have some self-awareness and, pull back on the pass game because the run game in 2022 in the horseshoe was working. When y'all start forcing the pass,
we ran it.
give the ball to Evan Pryor or Dallin Hayden some more. Y'all probably win that game.
We ran it a couple times, and we ran it on one of the key downs, and we got tackled. Fourth and short, we run it to chip train them. I mean,
wrong back was in. But you want to talk about the past with your new quarterback, Will Howard. Yes, you won a Big 12 championship game, guys. Golf clap. In 2021, back when Through the Whistle was still fresh, new, the new kid on the block. But since then, I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if a little nap. Missed all of last season. The kid kind of got. I don't think he finished the season. Start as a starter. He didn't get hurt though, so doesn't that mean he got? I know his F is the letter of the day, but I think he got benched. He got benched at the end of the season. Y'all took someone who got benched and brought him in, and you're telling me he's better than Kyle McCord. Yes, we talked about this a lot too. Kyle McCord, I feel like, was a victim of having too good of a receiver in Marvin Harrison to rely on all while he was on scout team. Scout team, Kyle McCord was out there. Marvin's out there somewhere. When in doubt, Marv. Everybody saw we was standing down every game. But if Ryan Day can be a man of his word, like he was supposed to be last year when it comes to his play calling duties, if he can be a man of his word and let Chip Kelly all the plays, Chip Kelly likes to go 60-40, 65-35 in a good year when he has a dominant offense. If y'all can run the ball, y'all will have a better chance of winning. Ohio State is at their best when they are running the ball. Shout out Ezekiel Elliott. Before that, shout out to Carlos Hyde. And then a little bit after that, don't forget the Justin Fields' first year. You had Chase Young. J.K. Dobbins was going crazy against Clemson, and then he got hurt. Offense got stale.
I do agree.
Y'all do need a run game. Y'all need to lean heavy on the run. Yes. Y'all have all these 5-star receivers. We understand. Y'all talk about them every day. All you see on X, shout out to Twitter. Another thing that went away since, the hiatus. RIP to Twitter.
I don't even call it X.
RIP to Twitter.
It's Twitter. It still remains
Elon,
Twitter.
you messed up.
It's still Twitter.
But I still rock with you. Not really.
It's Twitter.
But it's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
But Chip Kelly has to keep the play calling duties the whole time.
And I think that he will, because I think Ryan Day trusts him way more than he trusts Brian Hartline last. Not saying that Brian Hartline was incompetent to run an offense, but you can't trust a first-time offensive coordinator to sit there and call the plays when, honestly, they thought that his job might have been on the line. You can't do it. But listen, especially now with Kyle McCord running. I mean, if you got C.J. Stroud, okay, I understand. You let Brian Hartline, you throw a couple plays out there. You got Marv, you got Mecca, you got everybody out there. But Kyle McCord, I gotta keep this close to the vest. I'm not mad at that. Chip Kelly, that was his mentor. So I don't think that he was really gun shy from, letting Chip Kelly take over the offense, especially when he sits there and sees the things that he was able to do at UCLA. When you see the things that he was able to do at UCLA compared to the new toys that he has.
DTR.
Exactly. I mean, you're sitting there being able to put up an offense like that at UCLA. You can't sit there and tell me that he can't put up 1,000 times better with Ohio State's offense. You got to sit there and see the run scheme that he's making, the traps that he's throwing, the zone blocking that he's getting out for his linemen. He sat there and came into Ohio State first week of practice. He sat there and said, hey, listen, I know that y'all been getting a lot of slack about these offensive linemen, but it's the best offensive line I've done seen in quite a while. And if Chip Kelly's saying that, he back there already making up plays about what he's going to be doing for Trey and Quinshawn.
Which is another thing I didn't understand about y'all. Yes, I have all these 5-star wide receivers. Yeah. But guess what else y'all have? 5-star running backs and 5-star O-linemen.
That's cool.
So why not use them to your benefit?
Trey is he's a little
injury
fragile.
prone.
He's a little fragile. I'm not going to sit there and say that, he's not a little injury prone. He's a great back. Still, I think he is capable. I think that we will have 2 1,000-yard backs this season because, we've seen it with Mike Weber and J.K., so I don't know why Quinshawn, and especially with a longer season, I don't know why they couldn't do that. But I think that with Quinshawn there, Mayan Williams was there with Trey. It was kind
also
of more
injury prone.
Yeah, but it was more or less like a Mayan, you get in there when Trey's not getting it done. Quinshawn, he's not doing that now. It's okay. Hey Trey, come out 2 plays. You got your little burst in. Okay, we're gonna go finish it with Quinshawn, and we're gonna keep doing that back and forth. I think that's gonna keep them fresher. I think that's gonna keep the defense way more honest. And then even the play action. I don't even want to talk about the play action. The play action is gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Quarterback's best friend, right?
Exactly. So then you talked about Will Howard getting benched, all this, all that. I think it's a little bit more politics-wise. They wanted to see the backup quarterback to see what he was doing. But listen, that's fine. But there was a reason why Lincoln Riley wanted Will Howard. There was a reason that Oregon took a look. Not saying they wanted him over Dylan Gabriel, but they took a look. And there's a reason why Ryan Day sat there and said, listen, he has command over the offense. He's a vet. He understands what we're doing. And even with that, I like the fact that this same Devin Brown, who has had a year of experience, comes into this season still fighting for a quarterback role. We got all the way up until, week 3?
Yeah.
And they were still battling out who was the starting quarterback.
And it took him getting
Exactly.
kind of solidified the core spot.
Exactly. And now, all you hear, Ryan Day, shout at him. Cool. I'm at his press conferences most of the time. He won't say it, but we know he's saying it.
Shout out to Lou
Will Howard is the starting quarterback. He says these things like he has command over the offense. We didn't hear this about Kyle McCord. And the distance between what it sounds like Kyle McCord and Devin Brown, where it was like this. It sounds like the distance between Will Howard and Devin Brown, a lot more lopsided. And then when we sit there and talk to the players, you got Denzel Burke saying, "Now Will Howard, he got a dog in him." You hear the receivers talking about, "Nah, he's willing to do that. He's willing to put his foot down and go." You hear reporters talking about him. He has presence in the pocket. It's his maneuverability, not just running, not scrambling, but just being able to feel pressure. We don't hear that about Kyle McCord. We didn't hear that about that at all. And he had that experience over Devin. Devin Brown. Exactly. Devin Brown didn't have that experience compared to Kyle McCord, but like I said, you hear a lot more about Will Howard coming into the season, and I think that's going to be far and away the difference for what last year could have been and what this year will be.
I'm gonna let him cool off because you can see the
steam.
The steam.
National champions.
The gears is
plus 400. Take it right now.
Are rolling.
Take it right now. Bet.
So after this, we'll be back to talk about where Fleming did go in the transfer portal, and then a certain team. Sorry.
I might not be back.
But we'll be back after this. Stay tuned. More through the whistle after this. welcome back to Through the Whistle. Continue to keep running through the whistle like every great coach.
I don't know why I'm still here.
So we talked about Oregon, a team that I said comes up short when it matters the most.
Yes.
Everybody who has watched Big Ten football in the last decade, does that be safe to say?
A little longer.
But I say since they have,
Since Saquon, probably. Probably since Saquon.
Even back in the 08 season when they beat Ohio State and Happy Valley and still found a way up in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Penn State. Man, oh man. Penn State, we all know. Their go-to excuse. We have to play Ohio State and Michigan every year.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's not an excuse this year.
It's not.
They don't play
Michigan.
They don't play Michigan. They're reigning defending champs.
No.
BJ Raji, shout out to him. And they also don't play
Oregon?
the Fighting Ducks.
No.
The Mighty Ducks, as you would like to call them.
Yeah.
So
No excuse.
What is there the
James
blame
Franklin?
this year?
Yeah, James Franklin, no excuse.
12-team playoff.
No excuse.
Joe Klatt said it repeatedly. No team's been hurt more by a 14 playoff than Penn State.
Yeah.
They would have made, I want to say, 7 playoff appearances if there was a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
Came close with Saquon both years. Came close the last 3 years when they had Sean Clifford, Drew Aller. They were about a French team. But, they couldn't get over the hurdle of Ohio State, couldn't get over the hurdle of Michigan. Never beat both of us in the same year, which is honestly a hard thing to do. Even when we were down and we were out.
Yeah.
They still have love for us. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Yeah.
But, Yvonne, what
He's too
has
young
to
for that.
happen this
He's too young for
season for them to get over that hurdle?
Do what they've been doing. And that might sound a little crazy, but because of what you said earlier, they don't have to play the Michigan. They don't have to play the Oregon. They do have to play Ohio State still.
Yeah.
And they do get to do that at home, which probably will be a night game. We still have not found out what time that will be. But
Now, what happens in that stadium?
oh no, it's very much voodoo. I've experienced it myself. It is something that I do want to relive, especially if it's a night game. I do want to go back if it is a night game to see what the whiteout is all about.
Here's some Obama like cost about 25.
I definitely do. I want to see if the NCAA 25 is actually real, whereas you can't see anything. But like I said, they have to do exactly what they've been doing, and that's win their games that they're supposed to win.
Right.
And from the looks of their schedule, they should be winning every game but one. But one. Because
they will be favored
in every game.
Single
In every
game.
In every game.
Besides the Ohio State game where
honestly, they might be favored.
They
might be a 1.5 favorite. It might be a 1.5 favorite.
It might be a small margin.
It might be a 1.5 favorite.
It's still a favorite.
It might be a 1.5 favorite. And that, my friend, is the reason why I think Penn State definitely makes the playoff.
Oh, for sure.
And I think they honestly might make the Big Ten championship only because they don't have to play every other team except for Ohio State. I mean, honestly, if James Franklin doesn't get this done, I don't know how. I don't know when.
Yeah.
Especially not with this team. This team, he said this was built specifically to be the team that he's been waiting on since he's been there. You got Drew Aller coming back. You got both your running backs coming back.
Yes.
You lose your best receiver, but then you replace him with, I guess, a number one receiver with Julian Fleming.
Fleming, who usually does pretty well against Michigan in the Michigan game, which is it's all about him staying healthy. Yeah. As we both
and then Julian probably is an upgrade a little bit from what they usually have had. Mm-hmm. And then you got that defense coming back, which is always good. Mm-hmm. Always great. If not this year,
never.
James Franklin might as well.
He might as well.
I mean, I doubt that Penn State will fire him.
We have a third host.
If they're serious, mm-hmm. they might have to think about getting rid of James Franklin because there's no reason why he should not make the play. If he doesn't make the Big Ten championship, he better be in the playoff, and it's no excuse because if he loses more than 2 games this season in the regular season,
third host.
Yeah,
third host of the pod.
Come join.
You touched on it earlier. They have basically the whole defense coming back. They have a lot of their offensive production coming back.
Yeah.
Including Caden Saunders, who local guy from Columbus. Penn State loves to have a fast guy at receiver. Shout out to KJ Hamler, our guy TJ's friend. But 5% better from Drew Aller. How many times we heard it kind of earlier in the season before they played Ohio State? Like it was some whispers, but it was like the whisper from the bad kid in school who was like, I'm just whispering. No, you're talking loud. We heard you in the front of the classroom.
Yeah.
Where play calling was scared to have him throw the ball deep. And then y'all might have had Connor Stallions or something in y'all's meeting room because Ohio State was baiting everything deep.
Yeah.
That's all y'all wanted to do, have Drew throw it deep. Michigan did the same exact thing. He's missing guys in stride. He's overthrowing guys. He's feeling frantic.
Immense talent, though.
Yeah.
Immense talent.
2 hours up the road.
Yeah.
I mean, what, Medina? If Drew, I'm not even saying he has to take a monumental step.
Yeah.
Like,
baby steps.
I'm asking him just to take the step that J.J. McCarthy took from his freshman year to his sophomore year, where he's completing the occasional deep ball. If he's wide open, just complete the pass.
Get a short ball. Yeah.
He has
take the layups.
Take the layups.
Because
guess what? At the end of the day, yes, threes look very pretty. Shout out to Steph. You all saw the USA game last week. Take the threes look good, but if you're the one on the layup, take the layup.
Yeah.
Don't die by the three like Mark D'Antoni did. Take the layups. Hit guys in stride. Caden can get the ball and he can run. Julian Fleming was the number one receiver for a reason. He can get the ball in space and he can go. He's going to go flying. If Drew can just improve about 10-ish%, I mean, that's basically.
And we're not
asking for much. We're not asking him to turn to Joe Burrow.
We're asking him to go from 60% completion rating to 65.
A modest 65.
65. He had 25 touchdowns to 2 picks. That's not bad. That's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Let that defense do what they do.
But it just seemed like the numbers look good, but it's just like
what did the eyes tell you?
the numbers just weren't telling me what I saw on tape, and especially like when we played them at Ohio State. It was
unbearable to watch.
Yeah.
They couldn't complete the pass. And that box got real packed.
And they're going to do it again where they're going to lean on Allen and they're going to lean on Singleton. So, I mean, and I don't expect that to change. But I expect him to, like I said, make the layups. Give it to the guys that's in space. The offense should be a lot better. They got a new OC coming in. You just got to do what you're supposed to do. That's it.
We're not asking him to be Jaden Daniels. We're not asking him to be Caleb Williams. We're asking him just do openings.
Yeah.
Just complete the pass, handle quick game, and guess what will happen at the end of the season?
Be successful.
You will probably be in Indianapolis. Honestly,
might be hosting
with the voodoo.
Yeah. You could be undefeated.
You could be undefeated.
Could be undefeated.
The Big Ten championship game.
Could be undefeated.
I'm not saying you're going to win the Big Ten in the rematch.
Could be undefeated.
I'm not saying that. You could be undefeated because
Could be undefeated. And you'll be hosting a playoff game.
Scary things.
And you'll be hosting a playoff game. And then we'll see how
everybody's happy.
And then we'll see
everybody's
how
happy.
And then we'll see how
Valley will be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see how they don't go at least 11. If their over under is at 10.5,
11-1.
They should be 11-1.
At worst.
Take the over on 10.5. If anything.
At worst.
Yeah.
Because aside from Ohio State, who's their biggest game? What? West Virginia at home? All their big games are at home, at the crib.
Yeah.
Roll out of bed. Just walk across to the stadium.
Yeah. I don't think so.
But to pivot from a team that you said knows what they have to do, have a lot of pieces coming back. We're gonna go to a team that may not have a lot of people coming back. Might not have a lot of production coming back. Might not have their coach coming back. Might not have their defensive coordinator coming back.
Keep going.
Might not have their head coach for the first couple games. That doesn't mean nothing to us,
Keep going.
You know what happened when we didn't have our head coach against
Keep going. Just keep going. I'm just waiting for you to list off the
So
remaining.
the remaining aspects of that,
Yeah.
we might not. Oh wait, we will still have our championship because business was finished.
Okay.
Michigan versus the world.
Floor's yours. I don't even want to.
I don't want to be the guy to say that I was waiting for this moment. Meek Mill. I use the paper times like this, to rhyme like this, to talk about this great thing. No. Don't scurry. Stay right there. Yes, I understand. We lost our whole line. Plus one. Plus Trente Jones, yes.
Yeah.
We lost our backup tight end. Yes, I understand. A.J. Barner was a great guy. We lost our stud at running back, Blake Corum. Yes. We lost our starting quarterback, A.J. McCarthy. Yes. So for the people keeping count at home, that's 11 people that is not back for this team.
Oh, we were 8.
Now the whole 6, J.J. Blake, A.J. Barner, Cornelius Johnson, our receiver, Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson is a great team.
We didn't even get.
In the words of, if you watch WWE, acknowledge them. Anyways, yes, I understand, but we have Sharon Moore, who continuity is retained. He was a head coach for 3 games last year. We're not going to talk about why he was head coach for 3 games.
Okay.
The Netflix doc will come out soon.
I'm gonna put
we didn't do nothing wrong.
Go put some glasses on.
We all put our buffs on.
Go put the glasses
our
on.
buffs on that we put on after we caught 2 picks on y'all.
Right.
But Kevon, I think they demand honesty.
I'm waiting to hear it.
The viewers demand honesty.
I'm waiting to hear it.
And y'all deserve honesty. Donovan Edwards, between the blocks, not as good as a running back as Blake. Yes, we know that. Donovan, we will be using Mullins for a reason. Donovan's more so an outside zone type of guy. Yes. Hopefully he can break some big runs. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Please, God. Especially in the horseshoe. But
Doubt that's going to happen.
I've said it to you. Obviously not on the pod because we've been gone for a long time. I missed you. If Alex Orji can just play as good as Anthony Richardson did his full year starting at Florida, where we saw Anthony Richardson not get past his second read every game that season. He never got past his second read. That was horrible. But still became a top 5 pick. If Alex can just get this offense to 24 points a game, 24 points a game, we will be A-OK. Yes, I understand. Lost our DC. But guess what? Wink Martindale. You think he just came from Weststone High School? No. He come from the New York Giants. He doesn't find design. A little back and forth with the front office. Shout out to my Giants. 4-13 season loaded, but we're talking about college football. He's self-proclaimed godfather of this offense. This defense. We have Will Johnson coming back, which is the best cornerback in college football.
Valid.
We have Mason Graham.
Valid.
Probably a top 5 pick.
I will say, but valid. Top 5 prospect, but valid.
Kenneth Grant coming back on the other side of Mason Graham. Another freak of nature. Don't forget when he hawked down the Penn State running back last year to kind of save them from breaking a run for a touchdown. Thank God. Finished business. And then, very, very forgotten hero, Mr. Stewart, our transfer from Coastal Carolina, who was let's say 3rd on the team in sacks. That's some great production coming back. Some great production. We had a couple transfers at the linebacker position, which was needed. We lost like 5 10th-year players at linebacker. Don't know how that's possible. We lost Rob Moore to a season-ending injury in the spring.
That's big loss. Big loss.
It was like a week after Sabe transferred to Alabama, which I was like, what are they odds? That horrible. But I'm still optimistic. We are the reigning, defending, undisputed, in the words of Paul Heyman, champion. Yes, I understand this schedule is hard.
It's pretty daunting.
Hey,
Pretty daunting.
we keep referencing college football 25.
Yeah.
That stadium pulse is
Yeah. Pretty.
woo,
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I understand. Week 2, playing Texas. Wish we kind of could have got that last year, but beggars can't be choosers. We want a good schedule. You know, we want to feed the fans what they want to watch. Gets the people going. Week 2, if we get that close, if we can keep Texas to 28 points, oh boy, I will be on this podcast saying, oh, we're going back to back. We're going back to back. Shout out to Drake. I know it's a bad time for you, Drake. Okay. We will go back to back because Oregon's offense is not as good as Texas. We got to stop. Isaiah Bond, Quinn Ewers connections probably going to be the best in college football. Besides maybe Cooks and Luther Burden down in the SEC. But this is not the SEC episode. This is the Big Ten episode.
Let's talk about Will Howard, too.
Contentions. Jeremiah Smith, y'all don't play freshman receivers. But I'll let you talk about your Buckeyes. Let me hype this team up. But I did say y'all deserve my honesty. I'm not saying I'm worried about the rivalry this year. I'm not saying that. I believe in my boys. But if I had to be completely unbiased, I would say, oh, Kim, remember you said you had to go take a little lap around? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back.
We'll probably be 10-2. More than likely, we'll lose to Texas week 2.
So that second loss, too.
And then, yeah, so what do you think about Michigan? What do you think about Michigan?
I want you to book it, stamp it right now. Who was the second loss to?
A Big Ten team.
Which Big Ten team?
It has an O in it.
Oregon?
I don't know.
You just told me that you don't believe in Oregon. So I just want to go down the schedule. Fresno State. Yeah. Texas? Arkansas State? Yeah. USC. I don't think the defense or the offense can handle
Boy,
that.
oh boy,
Yeah.
we might run that ball
Yeah,
60
sure.
times straight. It
And
might be
y'all,
defense taking
and
all
y'all,
over
and y'all
again.
honestly probably will get a better win off of that because if they beat LSU to start off the season, they're going to be ranked up
Boy,
pretty,
oh boy,
pretty
they
high.
might be
Yeah.
all in on the
Yeah.
Trojans.
So
Trojan man.
we're looking at, what, 3-1 so far? 3-1 so
Great
far?
start.
Minnesota, good win. 4-1. Washington, rematch. At
In
Washington. Yeah.
Lost everything. They lost literally
I don't
everything.
think
They lost
they're-
their whole offense and
Yeah.
came the board.
I don't think they're going to be back.
We finished with that.
Illinois. Yep. But
They hate us.
yeah,
They play really good against us.
They
They play
return,
really good
they
against us.
return a lot of players. But that team doesn't start with an O. So, I'm assuming that's a dub. All right, Michigan State rivalry. You know that's
Little
always
brother.
some fluky stuff.
Little brother.
But all right, I'll give you the dub. Oregon.
We'll get the Michigan. We'll get the Michigan State.
Oregon. November. That's what you've been telling me. Beginning of the show. Oh. Okay. All right. So that means that it's a dub, right? I don't think it's a dub. But you think that's a dub? Indiana. Another win. Easy. Northwestern. Close to O. Close to O.
Very
And
close.
OP. But N is not an O. And
They play in
then
Illinois. There's an O in Illinois.
right. Then we get to the last game of the season. 12
Oh, the
noon.
Big Ten championship game.
12 noon. 12 noon. November 30th. In Columbus, Ohio. At the Horseshoe. Over 100K fans. College Game Day will be there. Fox Noon will be there. Big Noon. Josh Pate will probably be there. Pat McAfee, College Game Day, will be there, like I said earlier. Ty Belcher might be there. Is that a dub for the Michigan Wolverines?
Audience, I must come clean to you guys. You're right, Kevon. It does have an O in it. You know what has an O in it? Almost threw up. Oh yeah, Michigan is 6-0 in Big Ten games that Ty Belcher attends. So you're right. There is an O. Michigan will be there in Columbus. Alex Orji will be ready by then. This defense will be ready by then. Not worried being load the box. I'm not worried about any of your receivers going one-on-one with Will Johnson.
Yeah.
Because boy, oh boy, that man has clamps. So,
All right, let's talk about it. Because I'm very against everything you've been talking about. And
Orji was the O I was talking
yeah.
about.
So
We're not losing to the draft. That's what I was
Orji,
talking about, losing to the draft.
you seem to be bullish on Orji, his trajectory coming out. I didn't see much from his spring game. Didn't see much from anybody from y'all. But that's besides the point. Like you said, y'all basically lose the entire offense.
Yeah.
And
A nice chunk of our defense. Shout out to Mike Sanders.
yeah. When it comes to the matchup that you've been inching towards, start with Texas. Quinn Ewers, senior quarterback.
Isaiah Bond.
Yeah.
I was getting so many transfers. I just don't understand.
I don't know,
The man's
but
changes more schools than I changed my underwear.
yeah, I don't see how unless Will Johnson has.
Put that way.
I forgot. I don't know if Will Johnson, started his anime stuff, and then Naruto, or one of the shows that I love.
Overrated show, by the way.
Yeah, Shadow Clones. Did Will Johnson learn how to do that? Is he going to be able to multiply himself and be all over the field? I don't think he learned how to do that.
Good.
Because
it's gonna feel like he's all over the field.
Yeah, it's going to feel like that.
Mega Babuka is out the game, basically, at that point.
Unless he's doing that, so I don't know if corner number 2 or corner number 3 is going to be able to be.
We're still looking for corner number 2.
Yeah,
number
exactly.
3, corner number
Especially
4,
with your new DC.
15.
You was talking about your new defensive coordinator. He's the guru and he's the starter of this defense. But what I also know with him being NFL defensive coordinator, he likes to blitz quite a lot.
Oh,
Quite a lot.
if you watch the New York Giants game,
quite a lot. And he likes
gets
to
after
make
it.
he likes to make matchups for his defensive line so they can get one-on-one matchups. Get to the quarterback quick.
in a jiffy.
But that also means, like I said, one-on-ones for your corners and the wide receivers that you're going to have to go against. And I don't believe in that. Now let's go back to the offensive end. Because we know, I'm not going to sit there and lie to you. I think y'all's offense is going to be basically the same thing y'all had last year. I don't think that you're going to have as much as the passing game as JJ had. JJ was very precise with what he was doing.
Soon, JJ.
Yeah, he was very precise with what he was doing.
Meniscus tear.
Yeah,
Hoping you get back
for
sooner.
sure. There was a reason why they saw the talent. They saw, it was pick and choose when you, But like you said, Donovan Edwards is not Blake Corum. He's not that type of guy. He's not a bell cow. He can't just take 400 carries and
Also
then just
injured.
be.
Donovan is also injured.
So
Call a spade a spade.
when you go against that type of defense and you're loading the box, don't get me wrong, y'all's offensive line is always talented.
Oh.
Y'all always have one of the best offensive lines in the country. But I gotta see it. I still need to see it first because y'all's offensive line last year, though as good as they were, y'all weren't that good. Y'all weren't Joe Moore Award winning to where y'all were sitting there telling me.
Which we should have been.
I don't know about all that. But run game wise, I think it's very valid. But pass game wise, Alex Orji to what receivers? To who? To what?
We have
to
Samaj
where?
Morgan
You're
back, who was our starting slot receiver last
Not
year.
worried.
Not
worried.
We have Tyler Morris scored a touchdown against Alabama.
A
That's
touchdown.
good.
Yeah.
Going off. We have the best tight end in football.
Yes.
Colston
Loveland. Yeah, Loveland.
Certified lover boy.
Okay. You tell me that tight end is going to change the game like that? I mean, is his name Gronk? His name Travis Kelce?
It might be.
Okay.
Brock Bowers.
Texas. The only way I see you guys win that, they did lose both their starting running backs in the preseason.
Yeah.
So.
Bad turf down there in Texas.
Yeah, terrible. If they can't get a run game against y'all, I don't know how they're going to just keep the passing game going. And
Mono Will Johnson's going to be a great matchup to watch. Oh
for sure.
God.
And I don't know how much their defense is going to be able to go up against that type of run style. So
Big kid.
I was at first leaning towards Texas, but now I'm kind of swaying back towards y'all. I mean, more in the middle.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what Texas looks like first week. We talk about Oregon. Yeah. You talk about November. That's cool. That's very valid. Very valid. Very valid.
I'll let you talk about Oregon over there.
Ty, I don't understand where you think y'all will be able to dominate the line of scrimmage against that front seven. That front seven is not going to get pushed over by new players in Michigan scheme. And then, not to mention, like we already said, Stevens, we already talked about Tez Johnson, Dylan Gabriel. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm telling you right now, they're beating you. They're beating you. And it's at Oregon. So, no, it's at Michigan. It's at Michigan. At Michigan. That's cool. In the big house.
112.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Win. Now we got to us.
Well, you just said we're losing to Oregon. That's your.
No. But back to us. I will not be in attendance. I will not be at Ohio State.
Yes. The last time you were at Ohio State, Michigan.
That's fine.
The die.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like our matchup towards y'all. I don't. Especially not with Will, not with Will Howard, our quarterback. If I had a C.J. Stroud or a Justin Fields, I would like our matchup.
C.J. Stroud, we beat twice.
Yeah, no. I will definitely concede to that. I don't think that C.J. Stroud was the reason y'all beat us. I had terrible defense that we had both times.
He has to call the best drive of his life.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
75 yards to die.
I don't like our matchup. I love our matchup for our defense going against y'all's offense. I don't believe that y'all's offense was able to generate that much success against our defense last season. Y'all had been spotted 7 points to start the game off the jump, and y'all ended up winning by 6.
And whose fault was that?
The Honda. Yeah.
No, whoa.
Will Johnson, okay, he jumped it. No. He jumped the slant. That's cool. Marvin should have did better.
Yes.
That's cool. That's valid.
I'm not denying contact.
I don't want to say he's scared of contact, but that's cool. That's fine.
Call spade a spade.
I don't think that y'all's offense generated that much success against our defense. And then for y'all to lose everything that y'all lost, I don't think that y'all's offense is going to be able to generate more than 14 points. If you want me to be honest. Call spade a spade. Y'all's offense is not going to be that great.
Didn't Orgy come in and 25-yard run?
Okay, guess what? He ain't coming in to sub no more. He's starting. We're going to have a full season up to that point in film. And we're going to know what he like, what he don't like. And we're going to keep it up. Because I guarantee you that y'all not going to one-on-one. He don't got the placement of J.J. McCarthy. We're not going to sit there and see that he going to throw a dime over our safety's head, our freshman safety's head, and right over his head, not look back where he could have caught the pick. We're not going to see that. Okay, guess what? You want to know why? Because we got Caleb Downs now. That ain't happening, big dog. So.
Didn't Caleb Downs lose to us too?
Yeah, he did.
Y'all are just a team full of Michigan losers.
Didn't he also catch a pick on you that didn't count? But that's cool.
Yeah, you answered your own question.
Cool.
Didn't count.
But it ain't J.J. McCarthy throwing the ball. It ain't Blake Corum back there at running back. Tell me why I should think that y'all, outside of you being good luck, why should I believe that y'all are beating us? And what reason? What reason?
And I don't know why Ryan sees Michigan. He sees his helmet. He's like, we're going to throw the ball.
Stop.
The run game.
I don't believe in it.
Throw it out the window.
I don't believe in that.
Throw it out.
His first year, J.K. Dobbins went crazy. I don't believe in it.
Y'all love to throw the ball against us for some reason. I got to stop that. I got to stop that malarkey. I do believe in my boy Jack Sawyer. I think he's going to have a great season. I just don't see y'all scoring 21 points on this.
And so, how much do you see your team scoring on our
24
defense?
points.
You
24
think
points is what it takes for Michigan to win a game.
you think that Michigan is going to score 24 points on our defense? You think Alex Orji? Huh?
Will Howard spots this one. Clip it right now.
So you're telling me?
Drive of the game. Will Howard throws a pick.
So you're telling me that y'all
Will Johnson,
offense?
60 yards, the Baja land.
So let me get this straight. 17 points are going to be generated by y'all's offense.
Yeah. Donovan breaks one.
Hey, so
Clip it, dip it.
we'll see what he says when we're 3 months into the season, and he sees what Alex Orji, or maybe another quarterback,
Cam Newton?
or
Is that you?
maybe another quarterback that has replaced Alex Orji.
Cam.
And we'll see that because I highly doubt that he's going to honestly think that they're going to beat us. I don't see it.
All right, keep on.
I don't see it.
Well,
Quinshon Judkins, he's going to look a lot like J.K. Dobbins in that game.
We're gonna wrap this up with, keep on, who's your Big Ten champion? What's your Big Ten championship, and what is your Big Ten champion?
I don't know the rules yet for the opponents because
Top two teams, conference record.
as far as Ohio State's in there. It's out of Oregon and Penn State. I don't know who would get the nod only because Penn State they would both have L's to Ohio State.
Right. Let's see.
But they might get in because I have them beating Michigan.
Ohio
I guess
State,
a better.
Penn State does play Ohio State later in the season.
Yeah, so I'm saying they both play Ohio State. I'll both have them taking a loss to Ohio State.
We don't have all that, keep on.
I think I got Ohio State versus Penn State. Ohio State winning.
You have Ohio State beating Penn State twice.
Only because, like I said, that schedule for Penn State, it should be very, very doable. If they don't make it 11-1, I don't know. Got 11-1.
So,
Yeah.
I do agree. Give me Penn State in there. 11, like I said, like we talked about, they have a very, very full schedule.
Yeah.
11-1. There. Michigan has a daunting schedule.
Yeah.
The problem is with Michigan having to play Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, might be a couple bumps and bruises
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
How
Go
about
ahead
when
and
you
say
take
it.
your
You're
loss?
not in there. Just go ahead and say it.
So,
Sweep it out. Yeah.
you
Go
know
ahead and say
what? It is not about, I had to take bias out of it.
Tell me what you will put on your parlay.
Michigan versus Penn State in the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis.
I'm done.
I already told you.
done with
I
this
just don't see
done
Ohio
with this
State.
show.
We
I'm
match
done.
up very
I'm
well
done.
against
I'm
Ohio
done.
State.
I'm done.
I don't believe in Oregon.
I'm done.
So
Wrap it up the show.
Ohio
Wrap it up the show by
State-
yourself. I'm done.
losing
I'm done.
week 13 against Michigan. Michigan beats Penn State to go into the playoff. But
He's terrible.
that will be all for Through the Whistle Big Ten preview show. We'll be back soon. Hopefully, Keybon will come back to his reality, to his senses. But thank you for joining. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, keep going through the whistle.